Sampras to serve. Take a look at our player comparison.
So just on the improvement, Pete Sampras, he's got one of the best serves in men's tennis. Great off the ground, great return to serve, loves to come into net. Ground strokes, it's a split, and the intangibles going to Pete Sampras, but this looks very one-sided. This match will be closer than that.
15.
Todd Martin has a very good serve. He's good off the ground. It's just that Pete Sampras is acting much better in all those departments. And the intangibles, Pete Sampras is one of the hottest players on the tour coming into this event, and also a former champion here. So that's a tough intangible.
Very tough. 15 all. 15-30.
And in the opening point, we saw Todd Martin go to his two-handed backhand. He loves to take chances off that side. You'll see him go for a lot of the down-the-line backhands when he has the opportunity for clean winners.
Thirty
all. You're curious who he beat in those tournaments that he won. At the ATP in Cincinnati, he beat Edberg and Lindell in straight sets, and then at the hard courts, he beat Becker in a third set tiebreak and Courier in the final in straight sets. And an early break opportunity for Todd Martin.
Not only does Pete Sampras have a great first serve, but he's got a deadly second one. Has the ability to kick it out to your backhand side, high above your shoulders. He can swing it out to your forehand. So not only does he hurt you on the first serve, but not many players can hurt you a lot off the second.
That is just wide. Todd Martin said that one of the biggest things he had to learn about the game, he learned it from Jose Higueras when he first started on the tour, not to go for the winners so quickly, to pick your spots and then go. So despite the break opportunity for Todd Martin, Pete Sampras holds with early set number one.
First game.
It's now 30 love. 40 love.
40.
Great to get a first good game under your belt. You don't want to start off with a break. Todd Martin playing 3 good points. Starting off with the ace, as you mentioned, and then 2 other good serves. Stan Smith in the front of your screen, and right behind him, Tom Gorman. Tom, the United States Davis Cup captain. Peter will be playing against Sweden in the semifinals.
Ace number 2. So Todd Martin loses only 1 point. We're even at 1, and let's send you 50 yards away back to Barry at the grandstand. And Todd Martin with another break point in the 3rd game, but again Sampras saved it to hold, and now we're at 3-2 on serve. First serve of the 6th game.
Todd Martin coming out very confidently starting out the match. Pete Sampras still trying to find the range on his ground strokes. Todd not afraid to hit out from the baseline. He's taking some chances on Pete's second serve. He's trying to move in to the net behind a couple returns.
See Todd Martin showing a great deal of confidence, and while we were watching the conclusion of that great match on the grandstand, pretty much been the story.
Well, that's a good move. When you're 6 feet 6 inches tall, you're awfully tough to pass.
Ace number 3, so Guy Forget, check that, ace number 4. Guy Forget is through to the round of 16. He awaits the winner of this match.
Guy Forget is a very classy guy and an incredible shot maker. I couldn't believe some of the shots he pulled off at deuce in that game, that backhand passing shot. Reminds me a lot of the shots that Rod Laver used to try and make.
15 love. $30 love, and on Todd Martin's last service game, gave up only 1 point to Sampras. Well done.
Good anticipation from Pete Sampras.
40 love.
Pete Sampras was lucky to get this return back. Got back to the middle of the court and just held his ground. Todd Martin could have maybe hesitated a fraction longer. A really nice one-hander.
40-30.
Classic two-handed backer. Gets it right back, straight through. And here, he couldn't reach it with the two hands, and he just pokes it down the line. Didn't overhit it. Very smart play.
40-30 now.
Ball check.
Staying with Sampras at 4-3.
Inside-out forehand from Todd Martin. And he has been exceptionally solid on his own serve, losing only 4 points.
We talk about how well Sampras has been playing. Martin's best performance of the year came in Indianapolis 3 weeks ago. He made it to the semifinals at the U.S. Men's Hard Courts. Played a great match against Jim Courier. Courier won in straight sets, but he had to survive 2 tie breaks to beat Todd Martin.
Good looking two-handed stroke. Sets up really well for it. Gets it back so early. Really good preparation. Now he takes his time, doesn't rush it. You see so many players rush that easy ball. That time footwork was very good. Great preparation, and he just guided it down the line. Shot selection from Todd Martin. Not rushing to win the point. You saw a great display of different speeds on the ground strokes. A couple of high looping forehands, and what he's done really well early on in this match, he's picked his spot really well. Once again, you saw his opening for the backhand and went for it.
And once again, an impressive service game from Todd Martin. Todd, who broke into the top 100 for the first time this year. Sampras, conversely, has never been ranked out of the top 100. He started at 97 at the age of 16 and made the jump 2 years ago from 81st to 5th. Now he's settled comfortably into the top 5.
Beautiful forehand angle volley.
15 love.
Sampras, who beat David DeLucia in straight sets, and also Martin Dahm, although in both of those matches he went to 7-5.
Pete wasn't fooling around with that one.
30 love.
Take a look at net cam.
Great shot of him moving in and aggressively putting that ball away.
40 love.
That serve clocked at 119 miles an hour on the IBM speed gun. Both these guys can bring some heat with the serve.
Game 7.
Ace number 4. Love game from Sampras.
Sampras
still on
spot
serve at 5-4.
Pete Sampras' coach.
Jose Higueras there in the middle, and he was out early hitting on the stadium.
15 all.
15 all.
That's a serve that worked very well early on in this match with Todd Martin, going out wide to the forehand with Pete Sampras.
And for Todd Martin, beat Brian Sheltman, a battle of 2 good young Americans in 4 sets, and in another 4-setter in the second round. Patrick Kuhn. Miss hit by Sampras.
40-15.
And Vita Sampras is very upfront about his streakiness. He says he can play great tennis, and there are times when he plays really poor tennis.
That's really improved this year. He's not quite as streaky as he has been in the past.
And once again, Todd Martin gives up just 1 point on his serve.
5 games off.
Good game for Todd Martin to get through. You see a lot of young players sometimes shaky when they're serving to stay in the first set. That's wide.
Martin that time trying for the big angle and it didn't pay off for him. For service percentage, Sampras way down, 45%.
And 65%. That's the reason why Todd Martin is still in this first set.
Last year, Pete Sampras lost in the quarterfinals to Jim Courier in a match that included 2 tie breaks, 6-2, 7-6, 7-6. And Vidas, you said it took him a long time to get over that. I think he put a lot of pressure on his own shoulders.
Pete Sampras is a better player this year, as is Jim Courier.
40 love.
Todd moving well around the court for someone that's 6 feet 6 inches tall, trying to get the angle cross court, couldn't get the ball up high enough. Another thing I like about Todd Martin is that he runs after every single ball. If he feels he's got any chance for it, he gets his shoes moving, he gets over to it, makes his opponent play every shot.
Game Sampras.
So Sampras holds 6-5 in the first set. Back to the National Tennis Center in a moment. 6-5.
15 love.
Just out. Tennis balls are different because they're testing here at the Open the TEL system, tennis electronic lines, and the tennis balls are made with metal filings in the rubber, and they're using them for all of the matches, even the ones where they're not testing the equipment. Love. Vidas, I'd say Todd Martin has established himself.
He has come out with a specific game plan. He knows that he has to be aggressive. He can't be tentative against a player of Pete Sampras' caliber. He's been going for his serve, and it shows. He's only lost 6 points on his own serve in the first set.
40 love.
Good dipping forehand for Pete Sampras. You can just sense that Pete is trying to get his game into form right now. He's holding back a little bit. Hasn't really loosened up.
40-30.
Just a moment ago, you saw Sampras kind of put up his hands. And it appeared to be an ace, and there was an overrule from the chair.
The linesman was unsighted. Umpire quickly making the call out.
Dano Lecanto not hesitating. 40-30.
Game Martin.
He lets the hop in the step for Todd Martin.
6 games all. Tiebreak.
Even though it's 6-all, Todd Martin has played the better tennis in the first set, looking much more relaxed than Pete Sampras.
Thank you.
Service break opportunities. Sampras' first 2 service games. The court filling up.
That's a good wide serve. You really want to get a good start in the tiebreak, especially if you're starting to serve. You'd love to get that first point.
Is that one of the differences in Sampras this year and 2 years ago? That serve only 95 miles an hour.
But he picked the right one. He feels that the weaker side of Todd Martin's is the forehand, and he really sliced that out beautifully. Side of Pete Sampras, the backhand slice and added shot.
2-0 Sampras.
Something that he and Tim Gullickson have been working on. Gives him a lot more variety. Heck of a lot more tiebreakers for Pete Sampras. 30-10. Great success, having played that many tiebreakers. Martin 5 for 6. And Pete off to a good start. Blocked the ball, got it down low, but Todd Martin did very well to get down to it, got down real low, punched it to the backhand side, and Pete couldn't get the backhand over the net.
And unlike the previous point, Todd Martin into net in a hurry.
Pete once again trying to go to the forehand side.
Sampras.
3-1.
Mixing things up well in the tiebreaker. Now he decides to serve and volley, comes in, split step at the service line and punches it, and now he makes no mistake, keeps moving in. Whenever you get that easy ball, don't let it drop. Get right on top of it and put it away. Lost his rubber shock absorber at the bottom of his net, replaced it.
4-1.
5-1, Sampras.
Switch sides. Vetus, what are we seeing here? Is this a case of Sampras turning it up a notch? Or Todd Martin realizing he has a chance to win the first set and maybe not swinging quite as freely?
Todd's played a pretty good tiebreaker set. Sampras mixing it up a little bit better. That last point, he was trying to keep the ball deep, flat, and hard. And the couple of previous points, he was looping his forehand a lot higher. So he's keeping Todd Martin on his toes, off balance right now. And there's just a lot more experience on Pete Sampras' side. Todd's played a pretty steady set. Good example of the ability Pete Sampras has with the same windup to hit the ball with a lot of touch, with a little bit of roll, and that time he just winds up with the same swing and can put a lot of extra pace on it, surprising Todd Martin at the net.
Todd Martin on the other side, pounding his shoes. A little bit of frustration.
First set, Sampras. 7 games to 6.
9 miles an hour for Pete Sampras. He wins the tiebreak and the first set, 7-6.
And then in the tiebreaker, I think Todd got a little too safe and he played a little too tentative. To beat a great player like Pete Sampras, you really have to be aggressive when you have your chances, and that's really the only difference in this match right now.
Where do you see it heading now and going into the second set here?
Well, I think it's important for Todd to get off to a good start and really reestablish himself in this match. You know, Pete really has more momentum coming out with a win in the tiebreaker, but Todd's got to play aggressive and really come at him hard.
All right, we're going to get your brother's rebuttal right now. He's with Cindy Schmerler. Cindy.
Thanks, Michael. Now, Tim, your brother Tom on the other side of the court just said that Pete Sampras is a lot harder to beat than you are. What do you have to say to that?
I think he's absolutely right. I think that Tom is, for once in his life, accurate.
Well, now, Tim, you've been taking some very copious notes throughout this match. You have to be happy with the way that Pete pulled out that first set tiebreaker. What are you telling yourself in those notes?
I just try to look for keys to, basically what sets up the point, and either the shot that wins it or loses it. I'm also looking for a lot of tendencies.
Well, what do you think Pete has to do at this point to more safely win this match?
I think he's got to start getting into Todd's service games a little bit more. He needs to pick up on the return a little bit, but I think it's his first match in the stadium, and he's just getting used to the conditions.
Well, is there anything you finally want to say to your brother before we send it back up to the booth?
Tell him that I'm glad I didn't have to talk to him, and we'll see him after the match.
Okay, thanks, Tim. Back up to you, Bill.
Thank you very much, and we'll interrupt Family Feud to give you a little more tennis. Obviously, some good-natured ribbing from the Gullicksons, who are identical twins. There's Todd Martin, 30-15, serving to start the second set.
Best point. Todd shaking his head to not believe the guess that Pete Sampras made. Pete just running everything now. Slices it back to the two-hander. Now here he just cracks a shot, and Todd cannot believe that it came back. Tried a desperation lasso forehand topspin volley, which the odds are very low if you're going to try a shot like that. But that's just frustration. Yeah. Sure, Pete. You can play like that every point.
What do I have to do? 30 all.
Well, that's a lot more aggressive play from Pete Sampras. We didn't see him play a play like that in the whole first set.
30-40.
That's the type of tennis that he's capable of playing.
And a great opportunity, the first one of the match for Pete Sampras. That is the fifth, rather false. A fifth ace rather.
A correction from the linesman. If the umpire felt that Pete Sampras had any chance to play that ball, they would play 2. But Pete knew that he had no chance. It stands corrected as an ace.
And this is a fairly important game right here after losing the tiebreak. You don't want to start the second set down a break to Pete Sampras.
Martin.
So Todd
First
Martin
game,
holds
second
his
set.
serve to start set number 2. Meanwhile, as you look down from the top of this huge complex,
Game Sampras.
and a love game from Pete Sampras.
1 game ball.
Even things up here in the second set at 1 game apiece. Pete got on that surprising run at Roland Garros before losing to Andre Agassi in the quarterfinals. Wimbledon, he lost to Goran Ivanisevic. Semifinals, 4-setter. Just out, 15 all. Venus, when he won the Open a couple years ago, Pete says that his game was not fully developed, but when you ask him about his weaknesses now, he talks a lot about the concentration, the mental aspects, but also return of serve, which he says is getting better, but is not where he wants it to be. Looking back to 1990, Thomas Muster, then Van Lindell gathered steam against John McEnroe, and I think everybody was picking Agassi to win the final.
Did he have his serve work in that 2 weeks?
The other thing that impressed me, he was 19 years, 28 days old. He was totally unflappable. I mean, you seldom see anybody as focused as Pete Sampras was in 1990.
Okay, ball change.
Once again, Todd Martin holds. Raw serve in the second set. Back to the Open in a moment. Todd Martin match. That's the story here. We're on serve in the second set.
Game Sampras.
Just like that, giving up only 1 point. Pete Sampras evens things at 2, 110 miles an hour. Ace number 7.
Todd Martin just right on Pete Sampras' passing shot. Pete had an easy ball in the middle of the court. Gets returned down where he wants it, down low at the feet, and here, He plays it a little bit too easy down the line. Todd not committing himself to either direction. Guess is right.
Sampras looking for the overrule. Well done by Todd Martin.
He's not really doing too much with the second serve of Todd Martin. When Todd gets his first serve in, he's winning a majority of the points. But when he has an opportunity to do something on the second serve, I've seen him in the past be much more aggressive. Still playing tentatively as he did in the first set. Todd Martin continues to roll on, playing very solid tennis. Nothing spectacular, but he's been backing up his serve really well. He's been steady off the ground, not really playing many silly shots, playing the percentages. And still no breaks of serve in the entire match.
Long game for Todd Martin.
Martin leads 3 games to
set number 2. Comfortable temperatures. Pete Sampras and Todd Martin. 15 all.
Great 1-2 punch from Pete Sampras. Sets himself up with the serve. Then great technique on the volley. Racket way out in front, head of the racket up.
Out! 15-30.
Whistles. Not much of a protest.
Flat.
Pete Sampras still trying to do
15-40.
Pete Sampras, 1990, the youngest ever to win the men's title at the U.S. Open, 19 years, 28 days. Now Sampras, a grizzled veteran, playing in his 5th U.S. Open.
Todd Gold for his service return on the first break point.
Again, there have been no service breaks in the match.
Sampras coming up with a big serve when he needs it most. Saving the second break point.
Trying to stay calm, relaxed.
Sampras puts in a good serve, but a better return. Doesn't get the volley deep enough and straight down the line. Good setup. Look at the preparation. As he was running, he already had the racket pulled back, and all he had to do was pull the trigger straight down the line.
So far, Todd Martin has been unable to capitalize on the big points. Mistake from Sampras. But the wild card is up now, a break in the second set.
If I was coaching Pete Sampras, the great thing about him is that he can win the match 2 different ways. He can stay on the baseline and win, and he can serve you and volley you off the court. And right now, his ground strokes are not as effective as they normally are. Why not get into net a lot more? Pressure Todd Martin. from
Tim
Gullickson.
Gullickson making the notes we alluded to earlier. Right now, Todd Martin all over Pete Sampras, taking the fight to him.
And Todd, recognizing that Pete Sampras is not hitting his ground swords that well, gets into the net and pressures Pete into making a good passing shot.
That serve registering 114 miles an hour on the IBM speed gun. 30 low.
Pete not driving through the last couple of backhands, pulling up on him. Normally he keeps his head down and drives straight through it.
Welcome back to National Tennis Center. Pete Sampras and Todd Martin. And now Sampras serving to stay in the second set. They've been playing an hour and 20 minutes.
Love 15.
And just in the last two games, Pete Sampras has made a handful of unforced errors off the ground. That's a great tactic. Take the 30. Bang it. The pressure on your opponent to pass. And Todd Martin has that weapon, the two-hander. He does that so well.
Pretty.
15-30.
And this is what Pete does best. The 1-2 punch, the big serve, and great footwork coming in and turns his shoulders and punches through the backhand line. We haven't seen him do that much of that.
In fact, both players playing a number of points from the baseline. Cyclops goes off.
Todd Martin's taking a page out of Pete Sampras.
30.
But he's taking the short balls, coming in, pressuring Pete. Whereas normally that's what Sampras does.
And that's where Todd Martin has had his success when he's come to the net and forced the points. 30 all. Oh, well done.
Pete Sampras tried to volley behind Todd Martin, but with that early preparation, he just uses his wrist, gets below the ball, and just comes right up, brushes it, and gets that little extra top for a winner.
At point now for Todd Martin. Trying to even things at one set apiece.
Second set.
And for the first time at the 1992 U.S. Open, Pete Sampras has dropped the set.
6-2. 1 set all.
Tom Gullickson, he's got to be pretty happy with the way Todd Martin's playing right now.
Third set.
Probably what pleases him most is the fact that Todd Martin has been very patient. Hasn't really tried to force the issue. One set apiece. Todd Martin with just 2 unforced errors in an almost flawless second set.
That's a touchy point, and Pete's going to stay on the baseline. He's got to try to rush Todd Martin. At 6 feet 6 inches tall, Todd just doesn't move around the court that well, and you want to try to get a guy like that out of his groove. Pete Sampras is just playing the ball back into play. Todd Martin is dictating where he wants the balls to go.
Miles an hour. The IBM speed gun. 6th ace.
That was a jerky-looking backhand from Pete Sampras, not the smooth stroke that I'm used to seeing.
First game, third set. You're watching the U.S. Open on USA, and we'll be back in a moment. Let's send you down now to Cindy Schmerler. Cindy?
Thanks, Bill. I'm here with Dale and Lynn Martin, Todd's parents. And Mr. and Mrs. Martin, the Samprases can't go to watch a match that their son played because they're too nervous. You don't seem to be facing any of that tonight. It's not fun to watch them.
It's exciting.
Did you ever think, as you were raising, I can't even say that young son because he's 6 feet 6 inches tall, but did you think that you'd be out here sitting at center court at the U.S. Open watching him play Pete Sampras?
Yes, at some point, I guess we finally thought that we probably would see him.
What did you teach him that is in his demeanor that has him be playing so cool tonight?
Well, I don't know that we taught him anything other than he's a good kid, and we raised him as such, and he sort of controlled his own life and his own destiny, and whatever he wanted to do, which was within reason and according to certain guidelines, he did it.
Well, what can we give you as your prediction this evening? What do you think is going to happen out here?
Well, I'd just love to see him pull it out.
Well, thanks very much, and let's go back to the match so we can find out what does happen. Bill?
Well, I think we just found out where Todd learned to be so calm from. Very composed. Oh, that was too good.
Well, I think the ball's been called out. It looked as though Pete Sampras had come up with an incredible winner.
Take another look at this.
Great shot from Todd Martin, the little angle cross court. Now Pete gets to it and just nails it down the line. Looked as though the ball was in.
Martin leads 2 games to love.
Well, it doesn't matter because Todd Martin has now broken to go up here in the 3rd set 2-love. And from 2-2 in the 2nd set, Todd Martin has made 1 unforced error. Sampras has made 6 straight games now for Todd Martin.
Oh! Bill, the difference for me right now in the match is that Todd Martin is playing to win this match, and Pete Sampras is playing not to lose. He's playing very defensively, not taking many chances, and Todd Martin is bringing the game to Pete Sampras.
Pete shakes his head. Continues to struggle.
He's just not getting himself in very good position. That last backhand, he was caught flat-footed.
About as animated as you'll see Pete Sampras.
And that's a bad break for Pete. Instead of winning that point, now they're going to play a let.
What?
And once again, Sampras looks over at the chair. Ace number 7. Take another look at it. As usual, very tough to tell in the replays. 40 love. Pete Sampras, a love game for Todd Martin. 3 love in the 3rd.
Quiet plays.
The crowd cheering to try to get Pete Sampras charged up. Now 3 love now, 1 set apiece.
15 love.
I've never seen Pete look to the chair as much as he has in this match.
Well, he's starting to get the feeling that all the breaks are going against him. He's got to put that out of his head right now. He's going for a very flat period. He's not moving his feet. He's not getting into position. He's really got to give himself a good kick in the butt. Say, come on, Pete, we got to get going. We got to hustle. We got to get ourselves pumped up because we're in trouble right now.
15 all. Sampras clearly frustrated and broken 3 straight games now. I should say some of that attributable to Todd Martin, but Pete Sampras has really not played well since 2 all in the 2nd set.
Oh, that's going to go good. Pete Sampras coming into the net, tries to put that backhand volley away, and the topspin lob No play from Pete Sampras. Watch how he just really rips that wrist.
Thank you.
To above. And yes, he's feeling good.
Yeah, belong here. Double break point. That is just
30-40.
I mean, about an inch. Saves the two breakers.
Sampras coming in. Has the easy volley, got down really well. Perfect position. If you want to learn how to volley, that's the way to do it. Get down low, keep the racket out in front. Doing everything right now. He has an answer for every shot that Pete Sampras throws at him. On his toes, he's eager to get to every shot. He's prepared perfectly for every shot, and he's playing the percentages. He's taking his chances.
9 break opportunities for Todd Martin and Pete Sampras trying to stop the runaway train before it gets up too much steam.
Foul chance.
Todd Martin showing no fear, going for his shots, no signs of nervousness. For someone that's only been on the Pro Tour for 2 years, that's quite an impressive display.
Turned pro just before the Open in 1990. Todd Martin looking very much at home here on the stadium. Serving it for love. Pete thinking that Todd can't keep playing like this.
Bill, I agree. That's what Pete Sampras should be thinking. He's got the experience. He's been in these positions before, but the difference is, if I was going to try to get back into this match, I would try to make Todd Martin play every single ball. Pete Sampras has made a lot of unforced errors in the last 2 sets.
Sampras has won just 11 points in the last 8 games. That is remarkable. Second serve. Oh, an ace on the second serve. The 8th ace.
That's a sign of confidence.
30-15. $30 all, and I think the crowd here is just like Pete Sampras, stunned. Occasionally you'll hear some applause trying to get Pete going. everybody enjoying watching Todd Martin kind of come into his own here. Had a chance there, Vito.
30-40.
Well, Pete Sampras is trying to make Todd Martin play every ball. Even if he had lost that, as long as he gets the ball back into play and makes a respectable shot at making the point, that's okay. But it's those points where he's flat-footed, not hitting the ball off the back foot. You've got to try to grill your opponent. Make him work.
Todd Martin saves the break point.
And Pete can't afford to miss those kind of returns. Wasn't that big of a first serve. Didn't get the ball into play. That's the kind of shot that Pete Sampras has been missing all night long. He's just trying to get the ball back into play and pulls the ball 6-7 inches wide.
Dale and Lynn Martin still very much under control.
The stress factor not really in question with the Martin family. Well, this guy's a cool cucumber.
This guy leads in the third set, 5-love.
Martin leads 5 games to love.
We'll be back to the Open on USA in a moment. One Maleva down, possibly 2 to go. It could be that Chanda will have to do the Maleva hat trick to get to the semifinals. Still has Manuela, Maleva, Fournier, and possibly. She will play Maggie Maleva.
15-30.
That's coming up in the round of 16. Meanwhile, here, perhaps an upset in the making.
Great two-hander from Todd Martin. Straight down the line. He's been hitting that shot so crisply.
30.
Todd Martin has won 9 straight games, losing just 15 points. And right now, he is cruising against Pete Sampras. Once again, losing the shock absorber. Puts it back on the racket.
Quiet, please. First.
Nice volley from Pete Sampras.
40-30.
Here's a great view of that 1-2 punch. Comes in with the serve, and then watch how he gets down nice and low.
Quiet.
Yeah, that ball is moving even in slow-mo. 40-30. Big forehand, just long. Pete Sampras holds his third. And now goes back for perhaps a racket setting. Nope, same racket. Slight adjustment.
Adjusting the string-a-lings, the plastic grommets that prevent the string from rubbing against each other, breaking quickly.
So now Todd Martin serving for the third set to go up 2-1.
Well, that's the first rough shot I've seen from Todd Martin. He has shown a lot of patience today, picking his spots, when to go for the winners.
Todd Martin struggling a little bit. Serving at love 30. They're up 5-1 here in the third.
And that's another example of going for the whole ball of wax with one shot. Instead of getting into better position, it's okay to play it aggressively, but you don't have to go for it all in one stroke. Seen Pete Sampras use that slice backhand, and he's got a very effective one that stays very low, and it's tough for Todd Martin to get down there when he's rushed and flick it cross court, and it's something that Pete should try to use a lot more.
One of the biggest serves of the night for Todd Martin. 115 miles an hour on the IBM speed gun. So he saves one break point, still one to go. That's too good. Forehand from Sampras. So Pete Sampras with a break, but he still trails 5-2 in the third.
Martin leads 5 games to 2.
Not playing very patiently. Normally a lot more spring in his legs.
Eighth ace. That brings us to 30-15.
I'm really impressed with the all-around game of Todd Martin. Good compact forehand. Didn't really take that big of a swing. Rack it back, rack it through.
Had a great tournament in Indianapolis 3 weeks ago. Made it to the semifinals. The U.S. Men's Hard Courts lost a tough match to Jim Courier. 2 tie breaks.
Showed a lot of poise on that forehand. It would have been so easy to rush that passing shot. Basically a sitting duck in the middle of the court, but he gets there, he sets up, and he waits a fraction of a second. Sees where Pete Sampras commits. Pete moved to the right. He just smoothly stroked it into the open court.
Todd Martin can wrap up the third set right here.
He got all of that tennis ball. Just played it a little bit too fine.
Maybe a little bit of nerves.
Well, that was a pretty solid volley from Pete Sampras. He really stepped in and popped that one. Todd has a tendency to go down the line on his backhand. Very effective shot.
Martin leads 5 games to 3.
For Martin, just a little bit of a worried expression. Still feeling pretty mellow.
Thank you.
If my son was playing in center court against Pete Sampras, I would have already finished all my fingernails.
Working on mine. All right, good serve.
15 love.
15 love. You know Todd is just trying to settle himself. Do it right here on his racket.
Tournaments coming to the USTA, a lot more aggressive, really giving the ball a ride. And now when he comes in and hits that volley, he doesn't just place it, he hits it with a lot of authority, very firm with the wrist, and then finishes the job with the forehand.
15 all.
You saw Pete creeping in on the baseline, trying to force a double fault from Todd Martin.
There it is. 15-30. Double fault number 3.
Pete Sampras now going to his experience bag, moving around on the second serve, trying to unnerve Todd Martin. Important to get that service return into play. You can see that Todd Martin's getting tight in this game, and you want to apply the pressure, and you can't do that by making an unforced error on the service return. He made sure he got the first one in. That puts him in a much more offensive position in the point.
The second set point for Todd Martin. Call a let because the Cyclops went off.
He missed by much, but he missed nonetheless. It's the shot that he wanted, the forehand volley, and just, you see how the other volleys, he had his shoulders turned square to the net. That time he faced straight in and just dropped the head of the racket. Pete Sampras really has to take advantage of this opportunity now. Todd Martin, obviously more nervous than at any other point in this match.
Thank you.
Sampras moving around the second serve. I was expecting a more offensive shot from Pete Sampras. He shanked the forehand off the second serve. And good anticipation from Todd Martin. Sampras tried the little dink. And under pressure, that's a good volley.
So Sampras lets an opportunity get away, and we're back to deuce.
I've ever seen from Pete Sampras. A really beautiful return down the line that sets up this forehand. Now he runs around his backhand, and it looks like he's going to hit the passing shot, and he had to hit it just right, but he did. Perfect topspin lob to give him another break point. He had his whole choice of down the line, cross court, decided to hit the topspin lob, and yes, come on, Pete.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Buzz are setting up the infrared beams. Thank you.
There's the explanation.
Well, you know, we're in the middle of a great match, and if that's the case, it really should turn the Cyclops off.
Welcome back, National Tennis Center. Pete Sampras and Todd Martin have been playing for 2 hours and 5 minutes. And a nice comeback by Sampras here in the third set. And after 9 straight games for Martin, Pete Sampras has won the last 4. They've been told they have now turned off Cyclops. Double fault. Third double fault for Sampras. Saw Tim Gullickson with a little relieved after that service break.
Well, Pete playing much steadier the last 4 games, only making 2 unforced errors, forcing Todd Martin to produce the winners.
Hey! 30-15.
And you can tell that Todd Martin got nervous the last couple of games, and it's really important for Pete now not to let him off the hook. Keep applying the pressure. Make the passing shots. Play aggressively. You know, he's been handed a golden opportunity. Take advantage of it. Yeah, but he can't get into a mode that he's so defensive that he's just like popping balls over the net. That last backhand line, that's not bad. He's still attacking.
Packed house here at the stadium court. Sampras backs away. Something distracted him. 30 all.
30-40.
Second of the game.
That sets up the third set point for Todd Martin.
Thank you. Quiet, please. Quiet, please. Martin.
And just when you thought it was safe for Pete Sampras, Todd Martin takes the third set, 6-4.
And even Mr. Martin got out of his chair for that one. Great return. And now he sees the open cross court. He goes for it. No sign of tension in that forehand. He drilled it.
Fourth set.
Now the number 3 seed finds himself down 2 sets to 1. Pete knows that he let a golden opportunity slip away. Todd Martin led him back into that set. And again into the net.
It's so important for Pete Sampras right now, especially on his second serve. He cannot afford to miss any returns. He's got to get his feet into position, get the ball back deep to Todd Martin.
Oh!
40-15. Trying to settle himself and focus again, feeling that he should be up 2 sets to 1.
First game, 4.
His serve to start set number 4.
Right, but that's okay. We got it in. But before we get to the bottom half, I was real primed for those highlights. That's.
Stadium Court, U.S. Open, perhaps an upset in the making. The number 3 seed, Pete Sampras, Down 2 sets to 1 to Todd Martin, ranked number 93 in the world. Got into the U.S. Open as a wild card. 1-all. Martin serving 40-15.
Ball change.
Todd Martin, 2-1, fourth set. Back to the Open in a moment. Pete Sampras, as we are on serve at 2-1 in the fourth set. 15 love. Service points won by Sampras. Obviously, that first serve, the big weapon.
But by Sampras' standard, that second line, the second serve, only 38. Generally, it's higher than that. This shot has worked so well for Todd Martin today. The two-hander straight down the line with the short backswing. Great stroke production. Gets the racket back straight. Nice short, crisp swing.
First
serve for Sampras. Pete has been down 2 sets to 1 5 times in his career. He has come back to win 4 times and lost once, so he can't get out of this kind of spot. In fact, he did it in 1989 U.S. Open in the second round. He was down to Mats Wilander 2 sets to 1 and came back to win it 6-4 in the fifth.
Game set.
Left-hand corner, he is Todd's personal coach from Lansing. That's a good loss. That's the type of coach Pete Sampras wants to try to play. He made a second on the service return, lunged to get it back, and then the lob. You saw that Todd Martin was charging into the net, well placed. But the key to that point was that he had gotten the serve back. Oh. And now triple break point. whether you're on the roof or in the basement. Meanwhile, Todd Martin showing some cool out here against Pete Sampras. Down a break. Obviously, he doesn't want to let this go to a fifth set.
Well, Pete Sampras misjudged that over, and he thought he could just jump straight up and get to it instead of backpedaling a couple of steps.
Once again, Sampras
thought he could go straight up instead of taking a couple steps back, and he knew once he got up in the air that he had no chance to reach the ball.
That's long.
15.
He occasionally will glance over at the chair, down to Lecanto. Really hasn't been in his rhythm tonight. 15 all. His tennis or his demeanor. Martin has played very well tonight.
That two-hander continues to work for Todd Martin. Doesn't take much of a backswing, but his footwork has been very good tonight.
15-30.
Service return sets up this winning lob, forcing Pete Sampras to have volley. Pete didn't get it back deep enough, and there's so much disguise on Todd Martin's backhand. It looks like he's going to pass you either down the line or cross corner with the same motion. He can flick it up over your head.
So Pete is wishing it out. Second serve at deuce.
Martin is setting himself down, keeping the ball deep against Todd Martin, not giving him an opportunity to get into the net.
Sampras leads 4 games.
Looking ahead, Todd Martin was a rookie on the tour last year. He's played only one 5-set match in his career, and that was last year at the Open. Second round against Danny Sapsford, winning 6-2 in the fifth. This, however, is a different situation. Todd playing in his third U.S. Open.
31.
The top of the stadium court. Gorgeous night here in New York City. That one got away.
40-15.
I think we're going to start seeing Pete Sampras attacking the forehand side of Todd Martin a lot more in this fourth, and if it goes to the fifth set. Todd really not missing many two-handed backhands. Great play from Pete Sampras, taking the second serve, moving right in, very short backswing, punching it, and watch him slide it to the overhead. Straight up, boom, almost losing his balance.
Pretty good leap there.
Great footwork. Good athlete.
40-30, second serve. Meanwhile, approaching 10:30 here on the East Coast.
He's starting to look more relaxed on his ground stroke. A lot more fluid. Good setup. Pete Sampras on the half volley, and then he anticipated the shot coming to his backhand side, but just couldn't make the volley.
Sampras has given Martin plenty of break opportunities. 12.
Put a little extra topspin on the ball, as opposed to the one that he sailed out about 2 yards, keeping the ball, dropping it to the court.
Pete saves the first one.
Martin.
That's the traffic. We're still walking. They're back on serve. It's 4-all in the fourth.
Going back with the half guard to the backhand side, and Todd Martin is rock solid off the two-hander there. Gets the racket back as he's running to the shot, and he likes it.
That's the story. Pete Sampras, the number 3 seed, down 2-1 to Todd Martin.
As Pete was running, he got the racket back real early and just stepped into it, kept his head down. That's the difference between many of the shots in the second and third set where he was lifting up, he stayed down and straight through the ball.
Do you agree the most dangerous service game is after you've broken your opponent?
Well, you want to make sure that you consolidate that break. You don't want to give them another opportunity to go ahead and serve for the set.
15-all. That is just out.
Pete keeping the ball in play, forcing Todd Martin to come up with the shots. Martin gave back 2 breaks of serve in the third set. And it probably wouldn't be a bad idea to keep it away from this kid's two-headed backhand. He hasn't missed many. And Sampras start. The Martin backer was going to go cross-court. Started heading into the open court. And smartly, Todd Martin goes behind him.
30-all.
Martin leads.
show much slice on it. Service return before he was taking full swings on his forehand side. Now, the last two service returns, he just pressed it back, get the ball in play. Todd Martin with a very effective first serve. You have to try to negate it, get it back.
Love 40.
Pete Sampras has won the last 7 points.
What? 6 Sampras leads. 6 games to 5.
And you can bet this match will be on the 1992 U.S. Open highlight tape.
Fifth
set. Where you see the time of the match, 2 hours and 50 minutes. Unfamiliar territory as he was never beaten before in the top 10. Certainly has had Pete Sampras on the ropes.
Game, the fourth set, Sampras. 7 games to 5.
Now they start all over again. Martin won his only 5-setter. That was last year at the Open.
$15 love.
The last couple of games raising that intensity, but he has to keep it there.
Well, he's just got to remember what he did to break the last time. He got 4 returns back into the court, forcing Todd Martin to make the shots. He's starting to find a groove from the baseline. Earlier in the match, he had lost his patience, trying to finish the points much too quickly. And the Gullicksons. Took about 10 seconds to come down. He's looking, and now Pete Sampras winds up to the overhead and hits it long. It won't go away.
Night for Pete Sampras. All he can handle from Todd Martin, and now down love 30 at 1 love in the 5th.
Love 40.
Triple break point.
Flat, please. Flat. 15-40. Martin leads.
So well for Todd Martin tonight.
Sampras simply couldn't afford to let this one go.
Once again, he was fooled by a two-hander waiting for the passing shot. He just couldn't get up fast enough to snap the overhead away. And he has a right to be excited. He's playing some great tennis tonight. lot of his ground strokes, particularly on the backhand side, hitting Pete Sampras, not giving Pete any easy shots to come into net on.
Now, we're in the fifth. Todd Martin serving at 15 all, up 2 love.
Pete Sampras not able to get enough topspin on that forehand and tip it back into the court. To go ahead 3-love in the fifth in the deciding set. Not by much.
Advantage, Sampras.
Love 2 in the fifth set for a shot that would give him a break point. He hit that picture perfect. Looks like his slice back, and Todd Martin well behind the baseline, just could not get to it. Heady play from Pete Sampras. awful lot of break points for Todd Martin. He's had a lot of opportunities.
Martin leads 2-1. Final set.
We're back on serve in the fifth. Nice hand volley from Pete Sampras, rushing Todd Martin, not giving him an opportunity to use that topspin lob that's worked so well for him. Hardly any backswing at all. Pete Sampras putting it at 112 miles an hour, and all he has time to do is take the short little turn, very short follow through, but it kept very low. Don't take anything for granted. Pete Sampras hit the ball to the backhand side. It seemed there might have been a volley winner, but Todd Martin just whacks it right back at him, and he's ready. Racket out in front. So important on the volley. Keep the racket out in front. You will not get handcuffed that way.
40-15. Just 40-30. Up the line. Gas and a crowd into the stadium court.
Todd Martin right on top of the service return in this game. Even though Pete's at 40-30, he's made Pete work for every single point. Pete Sampras, really giving Martin an opportunity to close in on the net.
Even though we're in the fifth set, Martin continues to swing freely. That has brought him back to deuce. A little too freely. That time. Will be staying on the air until the conclusion of this match, just after 11 o'clock in the East. Match 3 hours and 10 minutes old. After tennis on the East Coast, USA's up all night on the West Coast. USA movie for children. trying to even things up. 2 games apiece in the 5th.
Put a little extra kick on it, drawing Todd Martin outside the doubles alley, forcing an error.
That's the story. Todd Martin on the right, breaking into the top 100 for the first time. Pete Sampras on the left. He's never been out of the top 100.
15.
Said at the top of the show, is this the night that Todd Martin breaks through? Maybe no matter what happens in this match, you feel like he has broken through.
What I like about the way Todd Martin's been playing, every opportunity he's had to be aggressive against Pete Sampras, taking his short balls and coming into net, he hasn't wasted any opportunity.
Giving Sampras all he can handle tonight.
First.
The difference is at that time he tried it off his forehand side. Pete, seeing the opportunity, one of the few that he's had, off a short ball. Todd Martin not executing the forehand topspin lob as well as he has off the backhand side. Pete making sure he didn't miss it. Snaps it into the crowd.
30-15.
And Pete has made a mental note that the backhand side of Todd Martin has been awesome tonight. Now going to the forehand side, and he's gotten 2 free points this game.
Advantage Sampras.
And that's the shot that Pete's been missing today, but he makes an effort to put a little extra top here. Todd's trying to sneak it right. He just comes over the ball, slow enough, and then new extra top and make the ball difficult for him.
It's 3 games to 2.
Matches. Pete Sampras, 115 miles an hour. Being speed guy. He was on the threshold of the biggest win in his career. Had Pete Sampras serving to stay in the match. Not out of it yet.
30-15.
He has really worked hard on the service return tonight. This time, off the two-hander. Looking on. Todd Martin, product of the USTA development program. Foreman.
Sampras leads 4 games to 2.
He took a little bit off this first serve. He just wanted to make sure he got the first serve in and get him tight. And once again, beautiful preparation. He really moves him well to the net.
Thank you. Thank you.
Winner here will meet Ethan Jay in the round of 16. Today, Courier is through in 4 sets. John McEnroe here in the stadium. Great sets, 3-1 and 4. Andre Agassi, Jan Simmer, 2-3 and 3. Big upset today on court 16. Alexander Volkov, straight sets. Well, Goran Ivanisevic. Gilbert, 5th set tiebreak, and once again, as with Michael Sheik earlier this week, 7-0 in the tiebreak. Carlos Costa, straight sets. Omar Cambarese. Guy Forget earlier this evening, 4-set win over David Wheaton.
15-30.
We should take a bow because that would have been lights out. 3 break points if this ball comes back on his side of the net.
I'm amazed that Todd Martin is so relaxed out there, He's smiling, joking around.
I'm sure he's made a lot of fans from the folks that have come out to watch him. He's conducted himself beautifully, showed a lot of guts and determination, and he brought out the A game tonight.
30 all. Not a lot of folks have left. In the third, so she's doing down to 16.
Love 15.
He took a little bit off this forehand of volley, didn't punch it as assertively as he should have. And once again, it's the topspin line off the two-handed side.
15 all.
Service line, instead of taking the ball anywhere, he let it drop. Instead of having an easy volley, he had to make a difficult half volley, and pulled it off.
Sampras leads 5 games.
Todd Martin served now to stay in the match against Pete Sampras. Everyone here will remember Todd Martin.
Served well tonight. He takes his time. Good example of that last forehand. Good disguise on the passing shots. Somebody that's really played a hot round of tennis. An ace on match point from Todd Martin.
Advantage Martin. Flat. Ball change. It's a courtesy to the players. Flat. Thank you.
Angela Conto asking for quiet. This has been quite a match.
Big
hit from Pete Sampras. Not only just to get an open in there, but to hit a perfect couldn't make it. He had the ball he wanted, pushed it long.
Flat plays.
That's right. Serve coming up to the four-hand second. Almost leaked it into the point.
Pete Sampras.
Number 4. Really played beautifully both with serve, ground
shot started getting much more returns back into the court, forcing Todd Martin to come up with the big one.